But this is around the time when things start to really look up for Bam Bam. Not winning the tag straps, no big deal. I got Lawrence Taylor. The rumor and innuendo from Dave Meltzer at the time said the Lawrence Taylor angle with Bam Bam Bigelow must have been great because many people who were calling after the show thought it was a shoot because of how Vince McMahon sold it. On Monday night, they really played it up as if it were a shoot, with Vince McMahon apologizing for it and announcing Bigelow's being suspended without pay, then bringing Bigelow out for an apology. It was obviously an angle because it fit perfectly into the storyline at the show, with people laughing at Bigelow for losing the kid. They mentioned Taylor being there, giving a reason far too many times for them not to be running an angle with him, whatever that means. The giveaway live was that Taylor was laughing about it afterwards, and that the following night they made too many mentions of it. If McMahon had done the apology and it would have been dropped and forgotten, that would have been one thing. But the second time it was brought up made it obvious they're doing a Japanese style angle.
Oh, then it must have been great.
Since the WWF has never done Japan style angles, this will all look like a work because a lot of the people will be buying it. So listen, it's interesting the way this thing is booked.
God damn. Fuck me. Go ahead. Sorry.
Talk to me about the creative of him, sort of poking fun at Bam Bam and being a part of the crowd. And then it becomes a real thing. I mean, that's a cool concept, cool way to get a mainstream celebrity involved.
It was played to perfection. LT's there. LT loved to golf, and LT, was there to golf. And people that knew LT in the sports world, and it all, made perfect sense. Bam Bam's out there having a match. LT's having a good time throughout the night. Everybody's laughing. LT's in on it. Hey, laughing at Bam Bam, but then he sees Bam Bam and he wants to be cool with him. Goes, hey man, just having fun. Hey man, really good match. And Bam Bam takes exception to it. Fuck you, man, in the heat of the moment. And LT played it off perfectly, firing back and all this shit, because it was real. It was good. It was a damn good angle. We got it from all the Japanese commentary that we went back and studied.
Thank you.
How the commentators sold all that.
The build to WrestleMania is really unlike anything we'd ever seen at the time. It's built around the $1 million corporation and all the NFL players that LT is going to have at ringside. How was LT to deal with? Was he difficult? Was this an easy deal to put together? How did he take to training and all that jazz?
Absolutely fantastic. Top notch, man. Came and trained. Worked his ass off, trained his ass off, had a respect for the business, was an absolute natural getting in the ring, and really worked hard and trained hard. So,
I know we don't talk about current stuff, but earlier this year, people were bragging about how great Bad Bunny was and that he took to wrestling and took it seriously, et cetera, et cetera. Would LT have been in that same category with somebody who just was really putting forth their best effort and not just trying to coast on being a quote unquote mainstream star?
Yeah. And I mean, again, it was here was a guy that was willing to do anything and everything and didn't want to be embarrassed, wanted to go out and bust his ass and prove that he could do something else. And this was looked at from LT's point of view as something fun and another way to keep his name out there and in the world.
How involved was Pat Patterson in putting together their match at WrestleMania?
Pat was in there every night with them and working with them. Pat was there for every single workout and helped lay out that match and just, got everybody comfortable.
Once upon a time, this was a bigger deal than it obviously became, but was there ever any discussion with Bam Bam about what was happening? I mean, it feels like it's a natural, Lawrence Taylor's winning. He just know that going in, or is that a serious discussion that had to happen?
No, I think everybody knew that going in.
So the WrestleMania press conference,
the only people that think it's a big deal to win and lose are people that aren't in the business for the most part.
Wait, nobody's ever came to you and argued about a finish?
Some people have, yeah.
Okay.
But for other reasons other than I don't want to lose.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, losing is such a bad thing.
A lot of times it comes back to, what's the old phrase we hear? Where do we go from there? Or something like that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Which is a fair question.
Sure. So when we do the whole LT press conference in New York for WrestleMania, and LT accepts Bigelow's challenge, quote, anytime, any place. There's a public workout at Times Square we've talked about in the archives for the Diesel episodes, but really it's just a huge gathering that hails LT and Bam Bam turn into a gigantic brawl, which is just a great visual. You guys, of course, would recreate this sort of public workout media chaos for WrestleMania.
Oh God, we shut down Times Square and did a public workout at noon in Times Square in front of that little ticket office and shit. Set up a ring, shut it down, had our buses for dressing rooms across the street. It was an ungodly spectacle. It was brutal, and it was so damn good, but everybody was there for several reasons. One, that we shut down Times Square and that we had this hoopla and this just mass chaos in the middle of New York City, middle of lunchtime for everybody, and just traffic jams everywhere. Plus the fact that you put LT, this great, New York Giant legend, in a wrestling ring for a public workout, and just chaos ensued. So in that regard, a success on every level.
Is this something where you not only have to have a lot of permits and a lot of big checks written to the city, maybe you make a donation here or there, but are there some $100 handshakes going around if you had to guess to make something like this happen? It feels like just an unbelievable task to think, oh yeah, we're just going to shut down Times Square and do some wrestling.
Oh, it was definitely, it was huge. And something like this, man, no, you've got to have all your permits and everything out the ass, ahead of time. This wasn't a run and gun. Oh, hey, let's go set up a ring. Well, let's see what we can get by with. No, this was everything up front and making sure everything was covered.
So Hartford, Connecticut, it happens. WrestleMania 11 is the main event. They go 11 minutes and 42 seconds. Of course, Lawrence Taylor's going to get a special entrance. Salt and Peppa are going to do What a Man. Pat Patterson is
what a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty big man. He's a man. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty big good man. He's a man.
I don't think.
Yeah, they wrote that special for LT, man. It was, they wanted to do that for LT.
Well, hang on. They sang the part where he says, yes, he is. You want to go ahead and do that? What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Go ahead and hit it.
Yes, he is.
Come on, sing it, Bruce.
Yes, he is.
Okay, that's really not it. 11 minutes, 42 seconds, 2 3/4 stars.
I don't know.
Meltzer would say,
I'm a bee.
Will you stop it?
Wait, I'm a bee. I'm a bee. Okay,
I'm going to be whooping your ass if you don't get back on track here. I'm going to have to crack the whip on you. The match was entertaining and both deserve credit for keeping it from being bad. And listen, I know that seems like a negative way to go into it, but if you really are a wrestling quote unquote purist, a lot of times when you hear there's going to be celebrity involvement, the biggest thing you can hope for is just don't let it be a disaster. And this was anything but, right?
It was excellent.
I agree.
It was damn good, man. Come on. For an outsider to come in and have the performance that LT had, absolutely tremendous, especially with the omen of the huge pyro that we had planned for LT, which were these giant letters LT that lit up and then shot off all this crazy pyro and everything. And the fucking thing fell. It was probably, I don't know, maybe 20 feet above the ring. And they lower the damn thing and we get ready to shoot off the pyro to rehearse it and see how it looks and everything. First time doing it. And, it's one of those, everybody clear back from the ring. We're going to be lowering this. We're going to be shooting pyro. We got to test this, make sure it's good. And it hits in the fucking, I don't know if it was the L or the T, but one of the letters just drops and crashes in the ring. And I remember looking at Vince going, well, I guess we won't be doing that entrance tonight. Next. Just had him take that shit down and take it back. Whatever. I think it was the L because it broke.
That's hilarious.
When it hit. Oh, it was fucking horrible, man. It was like, God damn it. But I bet it would have been cool had we been able to do it. So it would still be in an open somewhere.
Tell me about, Vince's reaction to this match? Is he all over Bam Bam when he comes through the curtain in Gorilla? Great shit, pal. Is he thrilled with what he's seen here?
Yeah, loved it. It was excellent. It was a damn good job on everyone's part. Even, you go back and the football players that we had down there that were pros all the way through. Chris Spielman, class just personified. Ken Norton, Steve McMichael. They were every one of them was a pleasure to work with and happy to be there. That I remember them coming up like the day of or the day before. We got in the day before. They were all arriving in the lobby of the hotel and just were just fucking great. But they asked me, said, hey, I hear you guys have a party after WrestleMania. Do you think would we be able to come to that? What? Dude, the party's for you, and they all came and were just respectful and great. That was a great crew of people from outside of our business that came in, appreciated everything we did, and embraced it.